Hey guys, welcome to our Keynotes. In the JDBC concepts playlist, we have seen a video which connects the database with your Java application. We have used statement interface. We have three types of statements. So this particular video is about the first statement. That means we have used CreateStatement method in that. And then I have demonstrated how to create a database, a table, and then how to use statement interface in your Java application. And then we have seen this. So this video is about that. If you have not watched yet, please do check this video. All right. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the prepared statement. So first of all, we need to understand that there are four methods to execute a query, which is provided by this statement interface. All right. So we have these four methods like execute query, execute update, and we have execute and then execute batch. In the previous video, I have shown you how to use execute query. Basically, whenever you want to display a table or data using select query, we go for execute query. And whenever you do manipulation or some sort of updation, like if you use insert query, update query, or delete query, or something like this, then you have to go for execute update method. Then we mostly use execute method to execute stored procedures, and then we have execute batch. So I'm going to discuss all these methods in upcoming videos. In today's video, I said we are going to talk about prepared statement, and I'm going to use this execute method for that. Okay, I just want to provide the summary. So now let's get into the today's topic, that is prepared statement. So basically, this is a precompiled SQL statement, and you can execute this one multiple times. Okay. And we have something called placeholders. So, like a question mark means it represents the column name. So, wherein we can pass some input, dynamic input into that. So we call it as arguments, right? And here we're gonna use set method. We know that we have two methods. Set method is to set some input into this placeholder, and if you use get method, you are getting something from the column. And if you want to print something into your NetBeans, so you can use get method. So it retrieves a particular column from your table, and then it will display in your Java application. Fine. So now let me just walk through the syntax. It looks like this. For example, if you want to insert, this is the table name, right? And there are three columns, let's say, and I have three placeholders over here, right? So which means I need to pass three inputs for this so that the values will get inserted. So here I'm using prepare statement, and then I'm passing this variable query into this. So where I'm passing the inputs over here. So as I discussed, I'm going to use set method. So set string number one represents to the first placeholder here. That means the first column in the table. And then this is the value which is going to get set in the first position of the placeholder. That means the first column. 2 represents the second placeholder, and this is the value. And you have to change accordingly. Like if your first column data type is a string in your table, then you have to use means varchar or variable character. Then you have to use set string. If you have specified your second column, for example, salary, that is int, right? So in that case, we have to use set int method. So this care should be taken in this, else it will throw error. All right. So now let's dive into the demo. Let me start with NetBeans. So I'm just going to start the project of prepared statement over here. Okay, let me start the XAMPP control panel, and you need to start the Apache server and MySQL database. And I'm just clicking on this Apache admin. Then over here, I'm saying PHP myadmin, or you can click on this MySQL admin button directly, and it shows you this PHP myadmin page for you. Here, I'm going to use this particular database. That means I'm going to use statements. That's my database name. And I'm going to use this table. That means the table name is student over here. So please try to differentiate your database name and table name. And if I click on the table name, so I have three columns and there are a number of records. All right. So what I'm going to do is using prepared statement, I'm going to insert a value, and also let me walk through this code first for you. You can see that in this JDBC connection, we are going to use this package java.sql.star, and I have a class and then class name, main method. So I'm saying throws exception. It is mandatory to catch exception, particularly with if you are playing with SQL. So I'm saying throws exception. If you want to use try catch block, you can go for it. Now we know that this is the first step to register the driver using forName method, and this is deprecated in the the latest versions. So, but we stick to this point, okay? And then the second step is to get the connection using driver manager class. This is get connection is a method and connection is an interface. Remember that in the previous videos I have shown you one hierarchy diagram. And this is the URL JDBC MySQL localhost. And please do be clear with this. This is database name statements in our case. Over here it is fine, and then the default username is root, and there is no password. Fine. Okay, two steps done. Means in the previous video we had discussed there are 5 steps to connect your MySQL database using JDBC with your application, Java application. So now we are done with 2 steps. The third step is to create a statement. So before that, what I've done here is I'm using select star from student, means the table name, and then where student name equal to one placeholder and city equal to another placeholder I have kept. And then this is the variable. Now listen carefully. Here I'm saying prepared statement and then a reference variable, and then I'm passing this connection c1 dot prepare. It is not prepared. Okay, here prepare. There is a difference from here and here. And then I'm passing this query into this. Means now my statement got prepared, and then my input is something like this, because we know that we have to use set string method to set an input into this. Yes, of course you can use scanner, that we will discuss in the upcoming videos. So here I'm saying the first question, means the first placeholder, the student name is RK Keynotes, and in this the city is Rajkot. Means this is just going to search. If the values are available, then it is going to display, right? So this is a select query, and then definitely it is going to store the table values. So in that case, I need to use executeQuery method, and then where to store this tabular values. So of course we had to use result set, right? Now once this query is executed, means with my statement is this prepare statement, and I'm storing this one in this variable rs, reference variable. So now I just want to print the name and city, right? So this is just beautifying that the first column name is name and the second one is city, and I have kept something like lines. So here this is most important. I'm saying while in rs.next, there are many methods we have discussed: next, previous, last, first, something like that. So what I want to display is now I this records are in, we are searching these records, fine. Then if it is matching, then it should display, which means I need to use get string method, means get method. Basically I want to get it from the table, right? So that means name and city. Then I'm just displaying it. So if I run this program, and if these records are available in the table, then it is going to display. Now let me just walk through the table, and then we'll see whether those records were there or what. Yes, of course we have. You see there is one record with RK Keynotes and Rajkot. So definitely it is going to display this same record for us. Okay. Now in the same prepared statement, I'm just using another query. That means insert query I'm going to use. So this is the second reference variable for the same prepared statement. And then I'm saying insert into, now I want to insert 3 values into this table. So I have 3 placeholders because we have 3 columns in the table, if you remember. Yes, enrollment number, student name, and city. So I'm going to set 3 inputs. So how to do that? either you can use set method or you can use scanner. You can accept dynamic input from the user, then you can use set string method to set those dynamic input into this placeholders. Fine, that I'm going to show you in the next video. So over here I'm going to provide some static input, like the enrollment number is means student ID is 9 and the student name is Ravi and city is Chennai. And now you see I'm using a different execute, I mean the method means here I'm using execute update. Why I'm using execute update? Because I'm modifying something. Means when I insert some record, there is a change. I mean there will be a change in the table, right? Similarly, if you delete something, delete a row in your table, again there is a modification. So wherever you do modifications, then means manipulations, DML queries we say, so you have to use execute update method. Hope this is clear for you, because in the above, I'm using select query, here I'm using execute query method. Now you should know the difference between these two. Fine. So this it is going to display, basically it'll have an integer, it'll return integer values, means one record updated, one record inserted, something like that. So I'm just displaying that the variable I and record inserted. In this case, it is going to show one records inserted. Fine. So there is a task for you. You can try update and let me know in the comment section. If you don't get it, I'll be showing you the answer by the next video. So finally, I'm just closing the connection. So now I'm just going to run this. So I hope that you know how to create a database and table. In the previous video I have discussed. So I'm straight away showing you the output. Let me just right click and run here. And if I do, yeah. So this warning is just because of that. I need to comment that register driver. So once if you comment that, it will not show this particular warning. Okay, now you see connection established. The first column name is name and there is city. So we are just searching for, you see this, we are just looking for this record, right? Using select query, I'm just searching. I want a student name who is available in the table in this name, and then I want from this particular city. So yes, it is available and then it is displaying. And then using this insert query, I'm inserting one record. So now it is showing that one records inserted. Okay. Now the record inserted is enrollment number or student ID is 9 and name is Ravi and the city is Chennai. We just want to go back to the table and then, search again. Let me just refresh here, and then there you can see that it has created one more. Next page, let's go. Yeah, you can see that this is the current record. The last record is the current one which we have inserted now. So this is how a prepared statement works. Hope you like this. If you have any queries, comment in the comment section. And then if you like the video, hit the like button. Do subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.